What is up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing some test hands here for going second with the virtual world deck, and this will definitely be very different, very fun because of the fact that we are going to be taking a completely different approach to the deck itself, given that we are now going second. Now when going first, you're trying to bring out a board that pretty much just acts as a floodgate, and as a result it creates this difficult situation for your opponent to try to break through into your zone, and from that you will operate in a more defensive manner, which makes sense of course, but when it comes to going second, we're obviously going to try and bring out more of the bigger hitters, and that way we could try and break the opponent's board and see what we can do from there. But of course this is the fun of this particular deck. It's so versatile and it has so much variety that we could definitely go into so many different things based on what cards we actually draw into. So this is something that I'm quite excited for myself. So with that being said, I hope you guys actually enjoyed this video, and if you do, definitely drop a like, share, comment and subscribe, and hit that bell notification as well. It really does help. With that being said, let's begin. Alright, so here's our opening 6 cards here. Definitely very nice. Now, the issue I kind of have with this particular, I guess, effect here would be the fact that we have, well, this particular opening hand is that we have 2 Lulus, which is not great, but I guess we could still definitely try to pull off some things, because technically you could still act as one of them being the normal summon, so not the worst thing in the world. But what I do like here is we could start off with the Cosmic Cyclone, banishing off one of our opponent's cards. That's fantastic as a start. But from that, what we could do is we could also activate one of our cards here. So we're going to go for the Qualoon, and Qualoon will allow us to then activate one of the cards we want. So in this case, maybe we'll go with the Yugioh. I just want to go for this particular card because it actually has a specific effect. You do have the option to go for the Qinglong, because if you went for Qinglong instead, you could potentially negate one of your opponent's cards, but I'm thinking Xuanwu is definitely better in this particular circumstance, just because you guys are about to see what we're going to do here. So we will assume that the opponent has at least one monster, allowing us to summon out our 3 Prankatops, but I'll just leave that for now. And from that we could start off by going for a Lulu play, so we'll target our Xuanwu, and this will allow us to ditch off one of our cards. I'm going to ditch off the Qinglong, and from that I'm going to add one more card to our hand. So what do we actually want to go for in this particular case? I'm thinking we're lacking Lily, so we're definitely going to try and go for that now. So we're going to summon out Lulu, of course, and this is what we have here. So now we can go for Qinglong, banish that, allowing us to actually add. So in this particular circumstance, I'm thinking we're going to add our Lao. Where is it? Over here. We're also going to activate here our Lily, which I think is fantastic, of course. Lily target Xuanwu, and we're going to ditch off one of our cards here. So in this particular case, let's just send off one of our monsters. I'm going to send Nian Nian to the grave because it's going to apply later on, and then the third card we actually send will be a spell card, so I might send off one more Qinglong, and that wouldn't be too bad of a move there as well. You basically just want to fill up the grave with the Qinglongs. That's definitely fantastic. But from that we could now definitely, oops, this would definitely be on the field. So from here we have a Lulu and Lily. I'm thinking let's go with these 2 together and synchro summon, allowing us to go for, over here, our I guess Shen. That would be fantastic. You could also go for the Golems, that could definitely work as well, but I do like the idea of going for Shen first. I think it's the preferred option, but instead of that, maybe for a bit of variety this time, I'll just go for the Golems, and that would just be something, I don't know, a bit more fun in this particular circumstance, right? But yeah, you could definitely go for that. We're going to go for Lao as well. We could target Xuanwu as well in this particular case, so this could allow us to then send off another card. We're going to send off over here perhaps Maybe I'll send off 2/2 this time, and from that we'll special summon out this, and this will allow us to then special summon back something else. Maybe we will bring back, no, we'll bring back Lily of course, but Nian Nian will also special summon itself back out again as a level 3 tuner, so that's nice. So we could take here our Nian Nian and our Prankotops. Prankotops could use its own effect to destroy something, but I like to just use it as material to go for Leo. That way your opponent can't really do anything to this because it can't be targeted, so that's nice. But aside from that, we also have here Lily and Lao Lao, allowing us to pretty much go for Ultima Zolkin. I'm going to set the Chuche over here, and this will allow us to then go for our Crystal Wing. I like this board because it's just all synchros, it's all heavy beat sticks over here, and I mean, if you're attacking with all 3 of these, it's game over for your opponent. Wow, okay, this is definitely very nice. So what we could do is we could start off by going for the Cosmic Cyclone, getting rid of one of your opponent's back row, or even their field spell is definitely going to help out anyway as well, so that's definitely fantastic. But wow, this is looking pretty nice here. We definitely have quite the variety, so I could definitely start off with quite a lot of things here. So I'm thinking we may as well go for the E-Tally. This will allow us to go for one of our cards. I'm thinking Nian Nian would be the best choice right now, so we'll bring that out, and from that we could definitely play around with a few things. So I'm just gonna look for a field center right now, and we'll just put that right over here, just visible. Bring out Nian Nian, and we could go for over here. Maybe we'll activate our Qinglong as well, which would be fantastic. The reason why I want to activate Qinglong is because when we target with these particular cards, we could definitely do quite a few things. So in this particular circumstance, we could go for Lulu. This will allow us to, sorry I keep doing that, but we're going to go for Lulu, targeting maybe our Qinglong, and this will allow us to send off Chuche to the graveyard. Chuche, when it's in the grave, we could banish it to increase or decrease the levels, so that's nice. But this will allow us to add Lily to the hand, definitely very important, and we'll summon out the Lulu, which is fantastic of course. Next here we're going to activate the Lily, allowing us to target one more card. So in this particular case I'm thinking let's target a Qinglong again, and let's ditch off this time our Zhuanwu. So where is that? Over here? No, we actually can't. Yes, we can. No, we can do that. So we send off Zhuanwu, and then we'll send off one more monster. So I'm thinking in this particular case I'm going to send off 2/2, just to get a bit of variety in the graveyard. That would be fantastic of course. Oops. But with that being said, we now have a lot of great options. Of course Lily does come out onto the field, so don't mess up there. But with that being said, we definitely have quite a great variety of options already. I'm already liking everything here, but we could definitely still continue to push the boundaries by going with our Lao Lao. So we'll target one of our cards. This time let's target one of our monsters, allowing us to send off a spell. So we'll send off Qinglong, and this will then allow us to obviously special summon out Lao Lao, but we can also summon out our 2/2 here as well. And this is fantastic of course, because we could banish off the Qinglong now, and then we could also just add a virtual world card from our deck to our hand, and also just ditch something from our hand to the graveyard. So in this case we ditch off, we banish that, we can add something. I'm thinking out of all of these I might want to just go for the Qualoon. That would be quite fantastic. And from that we're just going to ditch off the GG to the graveyard. So that would be not too bad of an option there. So now we look at all of these, what can we do? I'm thinking let's go with Lao Lao and 2/2 and send those to the grave, allowing us to go for our Ultima Zolkin. And we're going to set one card, allowing us to then go for our Crystal Wing, which is a negate at the ready there. Fantastic. Keep in mind you could also go for Qinglong's effect as well, banish off one of your cards here. So in this case, maybe we'll banish off the 2/2 and we just negate one of our opponent's cards. So that's 2 negates already on the board here, and we're going second as well. I mean, you'd think that's already good enough by going first, but going second, I love the proactive effects of Qinglong. It's definitely fantastic. But nevertheless, we're going to take our Lily here, and maybe in this particular circumstance, Lily and Nian Nian could actually... No, I mean, we'd still go for these guys. I'll take these two here, and let me change it up and go out for, perhaps in this circumstance, maybe... Actually, I have a better idea. Instead of going for that, maybe we'll take the Nian Nian and the Lulu, and this will allow us to go for... I mean, we couldn't go for Shenzhen anyway, but we would have went for a Coral Dragon, and from that we could then take Coral Dragon and Lily and just pull off a few different things as well. So in this case, Synchro, and we go for the final Sigma, but we could also put it up here as well, making it more powerful. And I'm going to shuffle my deck. And from that, what we're going to do is draw off the Coral Dragon. So draw one card, we get here Lily, which is fine. It's just a great follow-up card. We can activate Kowloon if we actually wanted to. So in this case, let's just say we activate Kowloon. This will allow us to activate a spell directly from our deck. So in this case, we could go for quite a few options. I mean, I could just go for maybe Chuche, wouldn't be too bad of an option as well. So we're just going to activate Chuche directly from the deck, and from here all of our virtual worlds gain, but it doesn't really matter because Kowloon just wants to get out the Chuche. So Chuche's effect allows you to actually just return back 2 of your virtual world cards with different names, these 2 being appropriate, and then you could also just destroy 1 card in your opponent's field. So that's 3 disruptions essentially that you're using against your opponent, because 2 negates, 1 destroy, all fantastic there. We have here the final Sigma and the Crystal Wing, and a follow-up with the Lily is definitely all fantastic here. Definitely just looking really good. So overall, this has definitely been quite a fun experience with this particular deck, just being able to go for so many different plays despite all of our test hands. It's just amazing. I mean, if you look at all of my previous deck profiles and their concurrent test hands, you could definitely see that they have their own limitations, only allowing them to go for very specific kinds of boards. So a lot of the test hands do sometimes produce repetitive results, but in this particular circumstance, the virtual worlds, even with the most minimal of cards, the way they interact, it gives you so much variety and different choices to just go for, and I definitely just love that about this particular deck. However, I would like to hear what you guys actually have to say about this. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you all have a fantastic day. I'll see you all next time.